2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Dynamiq Review. 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Dynamiq. Updated at the end of 2022, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 was subtly improved from what was an already popular model. So much so that waiting lists existed almost immediately post-launch. It remains the case that Hyundai can't get enough of them into Australia to satisfy demand. In one way, it's a good problem to have, but in a business sense, it must irk Hyundai that it could be selling many more than it can secure. Expressions of interest in a new car don't always translate to sales, of course, but it's still fair to say Hyundai could sell many more Ioniq 5s in Australia if it could secure more stock. That might be true of all electric vehicles at the moment, but the Ioniq 5 is certainly one of the frontrunners. Part of that popularity is the style, but there's a lot to be said for Hyundai's 5-year warranty and brand equity earned over the last 2 decades. Key to the changes implemented at the back end of 2022 are an improved battery pack, with a move to the 77.4 kWh unit that powers even the entry-grade Dynamiq we're testing here. That's an 8 kW battery capacity bump from the previous model in base trim, which isn't much when you look at a number on a page, but in the EV world, every improvement is welcome. Service intervals were also pushed out, which we'll detail below. Crucially, Dynamiq is a rear-drive, single-motor EV, and offers something we've been requesting for some time. That is, the key to broader EV adoption. Forget power and torque figures, dual motors, AWD or 0–100 km/h times. The average new car buyer looks for a cost-effective way to do the driving they need to do, without the focus on performance. Think of the success of small hatchbacks or the new wave of small SUVs, for example. Front engine, FWD, well-equipped, efficient and with a strong focus on value. As such, we have a sneaking suspicion that the base Ioniq 5 might, in fact, position itself as the smart purchase in the 3-model range. Let's find out. How much does the Hyundai Ioniq 5 cost in Australia? The old 2-model range has been replaced with 3 repositioned variants, bookended by the base, rear-wheel drive Ioniq 5 Dynamiq and the all-wheel drive, AWD, flagship Ioniq 5 Epic. The new rear-drive only Dynamiq variant is now pitched as the entry-level model starting from $72,000 plus on-road costs. Standard kit across the range includes an augmented reality head-up display, which projects navigation arrows onto the road ahead, and a second vehicle-to-load port, allowing the car's battery to power external electrical devices. Like plenty of new technology, that concept might seem a bit naff now, but it's something I think we'll start to see being used more and more into the future. Driving range has been increased for the updated Ioniq 5 as well, in the form of 19-inch rims and Michelin Primacy 4 tires for the entry-level Dynamiq, replacing 20-inch wheels and Michelin Pilot Sport EV rubber, which increase the range claim from 481 km to 507 km on the WLTP cycle. Anecdotally, a range beyond 500 km is something you keep telling us will allow more people to consider the move to an EV. With that in mind, the Ioniq 5 Dynamiq is going to make sense to a lot of EV fans. Powering the entry-level Dynamiq is a 77.4 kWh battery pack and 168 kW, 350 Nm electric motor on the rear axle, which results in a pretty punchy 7.3 second 0–100 km/h time, and the aforementioned 507 km driving range claim. In short, the Dynamiq has more on-road performance than you'll ever need, whether you're running around town or on a longer road trip. And that feeds into the argument that a more simplified drivetrain arrangement could be just the ticket for a broad range of Aussie buyers. The Ioniq 5 is capable of 800 volts and 350 kilowatts DC fast charging, good for a 10 to 80% recharge in a claimed 18 minutes in optimal conditions. Aerobacicon. Reviews. Hyundai Ioniq 5 Sub RWD 2023 Video Playacon Rounded. 7.6. 2023. Hyundai Ioniq 5. Dynamiq Wagon. Price, MRLP. $72. Get offers. View specs. Search cars for sale. Review. Doors and seats. Cargonaricon. 5 doors, 5 seats. Engine. Electricengine. Perm magnet, LI. Engine power. Engine power icon. 168 kilowatts, 350 Newton meters. Fuel. Electric vehicle station icon. 11 hours 45 minutes CHG, 507 kilometers range.